Welcome everybody. Today I would like to talk to you a little bit about Ronde Jambe par terre. So it's a basic introduction to Ronde Jambe par terre, and I will give you a few tips and ideas and discuss a little bit about the function of Ronde Jambe par terre. For me personally, Ronde Jambe par terre is one of my favorites at the bar because it's one of those exercises that you can use in so many directions and you can add so many things to it. It has a dynamic quality, it has an adagio quality to it, it has a possibility to loosen you, to strengthen you and change direction. But first I'll start with the basic Ronde Jambe par terre. You have Ronde Jambe par terre en dehors, meaning outwards, so here. This is Ronde Jambe par terre en dehors. Then you have Ronde Jambe par terre underdone, which is in. Basically you're creating a D shape with the floor. Again, the wonderful thing about ballet is that it's so nicely connected. So we talked before in previous clips about tendu and how to use the floor by pushing the foot in the floor, using the metatarsal, opening the toes, therefore working the intrinsic muscles, and then finishing it with an aesthetic position. So even in the Ronde Jambe, you're doing exactly the same thing. I'm working the floor and then I'm actually flicking the ronde, the half circle, with my toes. Yeah? So it's the same thing. The same with underdone. I'm using basic fundamentals of tendu and dégagé, and then flicking and flicking round. That was underdone. So as I said before about versatility, one can start at the beginning with a very small slight adagio where you're going through the motions, and then you can start using retirés just to catch and work your flexor muscles, feeling the floor, and then preparing for your Ronde Jambe par terre. After the Ronde Jambes, you can then also incorporate enveloppés and enveloppés with relevé lent and enveloppéing. Then you can incorporate a little bit more dynamic, let's say a grand battement développé, shop, shop, and then basically finishing with a nice, soft port de bras, and then depending on the mood of the class, finishing with a nice relevé. So as I say, you can incorporate so many wonderful things in Ronde Jambe par terre. A little tip, obviously to master a Ronde Jambe par terre, it's about isolation, because we do have the danger to incorporate the whole body, obviously because it's connected. So a little bit of a tip, if you can try to isolate the working leg, so you separate it basically. So from your leotard line, from here, you could easily put your hand on your hip and try to separate. So I'm working the supporting leg and I'm trying to separate my Ronde Jambe. There are again many different philosophies. Some people like to cross that a little bit, so you're engaging the inside muscles, the adductors, so that you get a bit of a cross. Others believe in direct line here and then Ronde Jambes. You can do it to corner 8. Yes, you can do it to corner 2. There are many, many different tempos you could use. You can use a very basic, steady tempo, then a double. You see, I'm crossing mine, a crossing double tempo. You can use plié, working the plié. Yep, you can open a pourment. So there are many, many different ways to interpret Ronde Jambe par terre. And as I said, you can add before you start with a port de bras, with a small balance. After the Ronde Jambes, you can add little grand battements, grand battement enveloppé par terre. Then you can add grand battement jeté, as I said, and then finishing with a nice, slow port de bras, giving you a chance to stretch everything, and then finishing with a nice balance. So that's the basic introduction of Ronde Jambe par terre. Thank you very much.